called SecKC 101. SecKC is the biggest and bestest I did not have that in there. It is a monthly information security event, and it's the bestest in the whole freaking world. Second Tuesday of the month. If you didn't already catch your shit, catch it. Meetings are unrated if you've been warned. I don't know if there is still a child here, but they might need to be used for some of the content. SecKC Code of Conduct. Look for a yellow badge. If someone's being an asshole, either stop them from being an asshole or find a yellow badge, and that yellow badge will help stop them from being an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Thank you. Destroy no data, maintain no persistence, and above all, do no harm. Live, laugh, shenanigans. We're all about shenanigans, but don't seriously ruin someone's day. Crimes, all that fun stuff. State and federal law enforcement may be in attendance. We don't keep track any of that. So no guest list, no membership or attendance thing. So we can't provide that information, but be careful who you're talking to. They might be PD. Everyone belongs here. No one is not a SecKCer unless you're an asshole and you violate the rules and a yellow badge bans you. But assume everyone here is technical. The shut the fuck up wall is now a room. So you guys struggled so much with shutting the fuck up, we have a whole room for you for this time. So if you feel like being rowdy and loud, we love it. We love that at SecKC. Just do it somewhere fun else. Okay. When you meet someone new, you need to challenge ideas and not necessarily that direct person. Don't be a D-bag. Notice how it's in yellow. If they're being a D-bag, yellow badge, code of conduct. The Eventbrite count is the pizza order. Be sure to eat some pizza. There'd be way too much to bring home. That'd be a tragedy. And also be sure to RSVP on Eventbrite. That way I can also solicit your attendance for next time. Join us on Discord if you're not already. There's a lot of really good rowdy channels in there. We're on Twitter and LinkedIn, on Facebook, and soon to be Mastodon. If you're really good at Mastodon and know how to use it, please come teach me all the raves, because I think it's just Twitter, right? Hashtag SecKC, all of the things. Get some swag. I know that we have a swag booth right now, but we always have a swag booth online. If you want to get involved, if you think that SecKC is not very well ran, well, there's your chance. You can come fix us. Go to secKC.org/volunteer and sign up to help us out with running meetings and doing great stuff. B-Sides is coming up very soon on October 7th. It's a Saturday only this year. It's at Flex Pod in Westport. Only $40. If you're a student, you are free. You can DM Zool on Discord or email students at bsides.org, bsideskc.org, or just DM us on social or find me and I'll help you out. And OzSec is coming up. That's in Wichita, only $60 on the 13th. St. Louis is free $99 on the 14th. Definitely messed up that slide. We're at Tall Trellis Bruco. They are hosting us very generously for the last 2 days. This is you ordering a beer, or if you don't like the pizza, too bad. Their kitchen is open, and I can guarantee it's going to be a lot better than the pizza we got going over there. So, please show your love and support to the bar area and your bartenders. Our schedule for tonight. We've already made your excuses. We're doing the one-on-one thing. News is next. That's Aaron. He'll also be doing the DJ stuff. And did you know that you could, in the next half hour, I can't count, in the next hour, you could be doing this right here with the tool talk. There's still time. You have your phone, you could do like, it's a cookie, you know? Like, you're just like, real quick in and out, you know? Tool talk. If you want to do that, come find me or Joel or anyone else with a badge.
You'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah, if you really need. You could add it to your resume if that's the thing that you want to do, or LinkedIn or something. You could tweet about it, you could Mastodon about it, you could X about it, sorry. And then 7:30 to 8, we're going to have a satellite hacking talk. I think that my slide definitely got cut off. That's okay though. And that's going to be Reed, Big Money Reed. I don't know where he's at. He's going to be talking about hacking satellites and stuff. And maybe hacking a satellite in real life. Live demo. We're going to bring down Skynet. Thank you for coming to SecKC. That's SecKC 101, me word vomiting it all. Have a good time. Drink beer, eat pizza, buy food if you want. Thank you very much for coming out.
segment, all right? I thought I should go ahead and revamp the slides. I thought I should go ahead and remind everyone what this is, because we haven't done it for reals in a hot minute. So, if this is your first time, that's why you're not shutting the fuck up. Shutting the fuck up. Again, we want to encourage discussion behind the shut the fuck up wall, where Eagle Eater is waving his hands. All right? If you want to talk, go back there. If you want to shut the fuck up, stay in your seat. Now then, this is a recap of security-related news over the past month. Guess what? I can read a PowerPoint. You can too. A lot of people tell me that they learned stuff from this. I don't know that I buy that. This is presented in the Ignite format. I hear that it is like something special. I don't know, ask your Scrum Master or your manager or somebody that knows something better about it. Most of all, what it is though, is pure unbridled chaos. Now, I would like to exemplify that. How many of you is your first time here? Good, all right. So, first lesson, SecKC likes shenanigans. One of these QR codes takes you to a SecKC Discord invite. The other QR code takes you to HaKCing. Now, if you are either A, too young to know what HaKCing is, or B, don't know how to figure out which one of these is the good one, trust me, the other one is very bad. Make a friend. Make a friend. Ask someone next to you. Say, hey, I don't really know how to do this. Can you help me out? Nobody's going to make fun of you. If they do make fun of you, send them my way. I'll make sure they don't make fun of anyone ever again. Now, so I guess also if you're not in the Discord, you should be in the Discord. But like I said, pure unbridled chaos. All right, so that was fun and all. I know why you're all here. So here's this Aaron's monthly panic attack. All right, let's start off with Sendly. All right, these two CPUs are fucked. There's patches out if you happen to be a corporate entity for a single type. If you're a regular consumer, fuck you. Actually, it's probably not going to affect you if you're a regular consumer. Oh, you thought you had Intel? You're safe? Fuck you too. What do we got here? I don't even remember what this one's fucking called, but Downfall. That's right. That's all Intel processors, 6th through 11th gen. So dating back to at least 2014. Have fun with that one. Let's see. Oh, our electric grid has been under assault for a hot minute. We've seen some pretty big stories, but do you quite know the breadth of it? Here's a fucking map where all this shit has happened in 2023. That's just like 3/4 of a fucking year, people. Let's get our shit together, please, and thank you. That would be wonderful. Let Me Spy. This is a company that purports to be this kind of nanny software, right? Where you can track your kids and other creepy fucking shit. Well, a couple of hackers didn't think that was very cool. Breached all of their shit, dumped it all online, and then closed up shop. See, that one can be used for good, can also be used for evil. It's usually used for evil. Hey, who likes to hack shit? VBA macros, but it's 2023. There's fucking Python and Excel now, motherfucker! Everything old is new. Oh, you gotta fucking love it. When will we learn? Never. Oh, no. Oh. He repeated a slide. That's all right. Come on. It's been a few months right now. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's embarrassing. But guess what? We'll pick it right back up again right here, motherfuckers. Have you all heard of this software called Mock? Well, I hadn't before, but apparently what they're doing is siphoning out your email address, possibly some other shit, right out from under you. It's kind of ironic that it's called Mock. I don't know who would install that shit. The author of this plugin, well, funny, you'll find out later. Did y'all see some really fun pop-ups at DEF CON? I know I did. Some security researchers that were responsible for sending out this shit said, hey, it was me, by the way. They said they weren't collecting anything. Were other people using it to collect things? Who knows? Word around the street was you were giving up your Wi-Fi passwords. Oregon instituted a new privacy act, kind of similar to GDPR, but not quite as good. It's based on Colorado's existing laws. Colorado seems to be kind of the leader there. A lot of people are basing their privacy laws on that. This is a good thing. Hopefully Missouri passes one. I won't hold my fucking breath. We had a talk at Black Hat talking about hacking satellites. You would think that since a satellite is something that's in space, it would be hard to hack. False. That is wrong. As it turns out, most satellites are disturbingly easy to hack. And you might think, oh, well, it's hard to talk to them. Well, guess what? You can do AWS ground station as a service. Moment of respect. If you got a drink, pour a little bit out. Not actually, because that would make the floor dirty. For Cloud Nordic there, this fucking Finnish hosting service got ransomware. Lost fucking everything. Imagine being a small business waking up and finding out that your hosting provider was a dipshit. That would be super unfortunate. If you think BitLocker is secure, well, it is. But it's actually more than TPM that's being bypass it with a little $100 hardware tool. Let's see, Marcus Hutchins has some commentary on a recent story about Microsoft getting breached by the Chinese state government. It's kind of interesting, right? It's not like, haha, Microsoft dumb. No, it's like, look at all this shit Microsoft did right. And they still got fucked. All right, this shit's hard. Speaking of hard, University of Michigan got popped. Well, we think they got popped. It's actually so bad that they went down right before school started. They have not come back up. We still don't know what is happening there. This is not a mom and pop school. This is big. If y'all install Grafana from source and build it from source because you're a elite fucking hacker and nobody uses package repositories except for lame asses, well, now you are fucked. Turns out that they had a key leak, so the private key for that, fucking look it up. Oh, it's breach time. Look, 11 million records breached by HaKCer Healthcare that included full names, date of birth, gender data regarding the city, state, and zip code, and contact data like emails, telephone numbers, and patient service data, location, and next appointment date, so that you can get phished so they find out it's time for your prostate exam. Isn't that wonderful? Freecycle.org. This is a website where you can give shit away. They unfortunately breached 7 million records that included your hash passwords. Now you might be thinking, oh, it's fine, they're hash passwords, we don't have to worry. Well, they forced a password rotation, and they also suspiciously didn't state how the passwords were hashed, so make of that what you will. ADSC, Alberta Dental Service Corporation, 1.47 million records breached. What do we got here? This went all the way back to 2006, all right? So, pretty small dental company, granted, but social security numbers, your personal health number, whatever the fuck that is. Tampa General Hospital, 1.2 million records. This one definitely included your social security number, your phone number, your date of birth, your health insurance information, your medical record numbers, your patient account numbers, your dates of service and/or treatment, and all the juicy stuff to fish you with. The Colorado Department of Higher Education got compromised so fucking bad they still don't know how bad it is. All right, I can't make this shit up. All right, from all the way back from 2007, it's so bad that they said, hey, we legally have to tell you we got fucked, but we don't know how bad yet. We're still bleeding that hard. The cops use this weird shit called Tetra to spy on what you're doing on your phone. Turns out it's vulnerable too. Security through obscurity doesn't work so well. Hint, hint, celebrate, hint, hint. This is a really interesting article you can look up. You can find it on the Discord if you didn't get Goatsy. Let's see, Mozilla did a big thing on connected cars. They found that, surprise, surprise, they're a privacy fucking nightmare. Nissan, for example, can collect your sexual orientation, like a number of other things. It's nuts. Barracuda email appliances, really bad fucking month and a half for them. They had a critical exploit, they got patched, and then it turns out, oh fuck, the patch actually didn't work. It's so bad that the FBI is saying, hey, fucking unplug these right now. So if you have Barracuda, maybe don't. Let's see, we had another interesting BGP hiccup not too long ago. An independent blogger decided to blog that. Turns out that a lot of common Cisco routers out there, BGP is, by the way, the thing that makes the internet work, if you haven't heard of it. Turns out you can send a malicious packet called a denial of service. Let's see, alright, here's some fun news. This dumb motherfucker's company got fucking ransomware, and instead of actually trying to help him out like they ethically should, they tried to spoof the email and change the wallet to his address so he could get paid. What a fucking asshole. Some hacker that goes by Citrix LA, I found the chemical composition, or no, LA Citrix is what they go by. This is a chemical composition, really reaching for fucking memes here. It turned out that they ended up exposing their own identity and a lot of information. They are a bad person who infected themselves. It's hilarious, more funny than I'm presenting. GhostScript is a little thing under the hood that's like, the XKCD comic with the open source software, everything important on top of it. That's it. It's running in things like GIMP, Inkscape, Scribus, ImageMagick, the Cups printing protocol. The SEC has decided that, hey, if it has been 4 days, we need to know about any breaches that have occurred. I think this is pretty cool because, like many things in the trading industry, they got ways to sneak around. Now maybe they can't, at least not as much anymore. OpenSSH had a pretty big vulnerability. Something about SSH agent forwarding. That's what it is, right? You can forward an SSH agent and wind up creating a hole in the outside that shouldn't be existing. If you run OpenSSH, which you probably do, patch your shit, make sure it's up to date. If you run Juniper devices, you should definitely patch your shit. There are now, let's see, proof of concept exploits out for a number of their current firewalls. Let's see, that is, so it's in script kiddie territory. Make sure to fucking patch your Juniper firewalls if you use those. If you don't, take a nice break. What software is this? Some fucking WordPress plugin. Again, WordPress core, perfectly fine. It's the plugins that get you in trouble, those damn plugins. This one's installed on over 1 million WordPress websites, and it logs all credentials in plain text. That's super awesome, right? Right? No, wrong. PHP Fusion. There are some critical vulnerabilities in this. It's apparently some content management system. Yes, people still use PHP. I know. They tried to patch it, well, rather the researchers tried to report it, and the people this project just like cock-blocked him. So maybe just stop using that. Let's see, IBM released a report on data breaches, and I know none of you can read that, but you'd think, you know, with the meme, it's like, oh, the cost of breaches is too high. Actually, when you think about it, the price of a human's information is really fucking low. Fuck companies that lose your information, they shouldn't be doing business. Ooh, hot mic drop, scaling hot take. Google is releasing some quantum-resistant cryptography. Dilithium, which I'm pretty sure is something I smoked in my 20s, gets used with ECDSA in order to make sure that it's still backwards compatible with existing cryptography. MGM Resorts is currently going through some heinous shit. We can see attendees of Black Hat and DEF CON here. This is the great philosopher Shaggy saying, it wasn't me. Again, if you're too young, ask an old person nearby you. Let's see, we've got an interesting side channel attack, surprisingly not from Ben Gurion University, but these folks were able to predict the accurate keystrokes of people typing in passwords specifically, but in theory anything, with a 93% accuracy. There's also, fuck it. This isn't like necessarily an actual like news story, but y'all know bash.org? It collected a bunch of IRC quotes, like I put on my robe and wizard hat. It's been down for months. What happened? Somebody reach out to me. I want to know. It makes me sad. Let's see, there was, I guess swatting, it turns out, is like becoming a bigger thing outside of just gaming. You know, it used to be that just stupid kids gaming would occasionally swat, you know, people in, but now I guess it's like a whole big thing, like enough that people are making a fucking podcast about it and stuff, which is kind of sad. We've got a really interesting blog post about how consumer-based drones are in fact a security risk. Out of something that's like crazy fucking Mission Impossible, it turns out that there was a company in some highly populated town where a DJI Phantom was used to hold a pineapple and perform an attack. Let's see, we've got, so NIST has issued some guidance on post-quantum cryptography. Again, you know, eventually, whenever we find out that factoring really big prime numbers is easy, we're gonna be in a fuck ton of trouble if we don't upgrade our cryptography mechanisms. And yeah, it looks like that's the news of it. All right, I'm still finding the safe zone for the mic. For starters, I just want to let everyone know, thank you for coming out. I hope you're having fun. SecKC. There we go. All right, so there is a white Honda Civic that is in the parking lot. Your lights are on. Please do go ahead and make sure you can turn your car on again later. In other words, yes, go ahead and turn your lights off. I do not see my output going to the screen yet. I've never tried to USB-C to HDMI, so this is
HaKCer, another pluggable conference thing that's free coming up is the HaKCer Cyber Conference on October 19th, Thursday. I don't know if it's an all-day thing. It's an all-day thing. So if you ain't got nothing to do, Thursday, October 19th, Google HaKCer Cyber Conference. It's going to be downtown, Big Creek Building. And did Codex have any other announcements? Yeah, so Codex has another announcement for us here.
Oh, hello. Oh, wow, the microphone here works so much better than Kansas. Wow. I have not talked on a microphone at SecKC since like the last last whole debacle, so this is like great. I love this place. Thank you, Tall Trellis, for this, because this is good audio. Hi, I'm Codex. Nice to meet everyone. Just a quick announcement. Besides KC is coming up. With that, we are running a hardware hacking village. In that village, there's going to be soldering. It's like Besides KC's greatest hit every year, over a year, over a year. Like, it's the best thing. We need volunteers. You don't have to know anything about soldering. Not a darn thing. We need volunteers for the soldering village, though. We can teach you. We can teach you how to solder. It's not very hard. Just go ahead and ping at Codex on the Discord, or put it in the Outhouse chat and ping at Network Geek. Either of us, we can get you on the sign-up list. We're going to send out a link, but we do need volunteers to make it happen. Like I said, it's like the busiest thing every year, and so we need a lot of volunteers to help make it happen. So, without any further ado, Tool Talk.
By his own accord, Aaron G is going to give a quick tool talk on the PKI stuff, 90-day expirations, and more stuff to be super stressed out about. So, yeah, big round of applause for our super last minute victim here, Aaron.
Thank you, everybody. So the idea is that PKI, public key infrastructure, is coordination between all the protocols and the keys that are being used. So, the idea of PKI is that it is the interaction between the protocols and the keys being used. The keys are rotated on a basis because the keys can be known. It's math. Math has numbers, numbers can be created, and a new computer is about to be created that can factor huge, huge numbers. The entire basis of RSA and ECC keys, based keys, is about to be eradicated. Google is concerned about this, and they are updating the CA browser forum regulation that restricts durations for certs. This matters because all of your web server and web app applications they're going to need 4 times the amount of rotations if you're using public keys. If you're using private issuance, you can continue using longer duration keys for more time. But the reason for the change is quantum computing represents an actual threat to the underlying RSA and ECC based encryption. So she said I was stressed out about this because I don't often get a microphone to yell at people about why you should care. So I'm calming down now because I have a microphone. And the main point is that it doesn't matter where you get your certs from, it is going to impact everything. And it was mentioned to me earlier, thank you, is that one of the other aspects of this is that the actual lifespans of your CAs will drop as well. So if you're just replacing certs, then you're not a PKI professional, you're just an app owner. If you're a PKI professional, you're responsible for actually getting enterprises to trust certificate authorities. That's a root and intermediate cert. Those are files, they have to be put in trust stores. And if you don't manage those, and you just think it's happening for you, you're wrong. No CI/CD pipeline is going to baby you and change your diaper and make sure that absolutely every aspect of your application is contained within the pipeline. You are not going to be held and managed the way your mother did. So, you need to understand what certs are in your environment. You need to document them. Where did they come from? Where are they installed? Who are your downstream and upstream customers? If you don't know who's connecting to your stuff, and they change, and you don't trust them, you have an outage. That's best case scenario. I can't tell you right now what system fails open, but if you fail closed, that's a good thing. And every outage is good because it causes pain. The United States Marines have a phrase, pain is weakness leaving the body. Google is about to kick you in the throat and cause you pain. So you are going to get stronger or you're going to die. If you go private, you can keep issuing 1-year certs for longer and hope that the underlying quantum computer has not been built that can decrypt all of your RSA and ACC-based traffic. The point of this is that it has most likely already been created, and it has not been announced yet because the entire history of encryption has taught us that when you can read your enemy's secrets, you will let thousands of people die before you will let your enemy know you can read their secrets. So, are you owned now?
Maybe.
So I have my own opinion, but I work for a company and I cannot express opinions that are not officially, sanctioned.
Let's get a hot take.
The main point is document your environment. Write down where your certs came from, where they are managed, how they're managed, who's responsible for them. Know who's up and downstream. Work to automate your certs. If you can't use ACME, then you need to try to engage a REST API to whatever is managing your certs. If you don't know who's managing your certs, then you need to ask people who do. If you have a BISO team, if you have a SOC team, if you have any kind of connection to cybersecurity and policy enforcement, reach out to them and say, what is going on for certs at our company? I heard 90-day certs are coming. And if you can start that conversation cool, you'll get kudos. You'll probably not be crapped on. But you need to start talking about this because it is a 0 day you can plan for. I can end right there unless there are questions.
Mind reader.
Do you know of any products that are out there that are open source that are able to accomplish some of the major points that you talked about?
Yes, a lot of third-party resellers will host for you, so smaller hosting companies use ACME-based cert management. Let's Encrypt is running ACME. It requires agents to be most effective. For agents to be approved at your organization requires a lot of legwork. It's not friendly because what happens if an agent doesn't work and has to be ripped out across your whole organization? And then you step in the next day and say, hey, I got the idea. It's agents. Let's do agents. And they've just ripped out every single agent for some other product. You're not going to win that conversation. I think ultimately REST API is the only way to engage this problem. You have to have extensible code that is accessible in your marketplace, in your CI/CD pipeline, because if you don't have ACME agents ready to access and install in an approved fashion, and you just start popping off with this stuff, you can run your own certs, but they may not be trusted because the CA has to be trusted. And if your CA is not being trusted in a centralized fashion, the trust is the root and intermediate certs installed in trust stores on every device, you're going to have problems. So, is there another one?
Yeah, okay. Just as an average person, why should I actually care if some large company has a quantum computer? What's the actual purpose? It's not like threat actors are actually going to be able to maintain large amounts of quantum computers that can actually access and break computation, encryption.
Right.
And even if they were, how did they maintain that? And even if they did figure out how to get it, costing millions of dollars maintaining it,
Yes.
how do they plan to actually replicate and actually utilize that to actually sufficiently break enough encryption to make it a viable event? Because even in a decade's time, quantum computers still might take hours or days to break a single encryption.
I feel like you work on a firewall or other perimeter device that thinks that that is protecting your inner data. So from a threat modeling perspective, you are correct that the outside is going to be attacked first because that is the most accessible information that you can get. It's still encrypted, you start logging it, decrypt later. But the internal stuff, database to application, application to application, that's where the real meat and potatoes is going to be. But your end laptop to web app is, if that's owned, then yes, it's a per customer basis that you're lifting that information. But the point is that the threat actors we're talking about are nation states. They will own you and eradicate your entire bloodline without blinking an eye.
Your question is about likelihood.
Like,
That's reality, right? There's a recording they can make of all of your traffic.
Already done.
Right over time. And all they would need is the decryptor, and they would have everything you did. Or that's your authentication tool, and you don't auth with the secret, you auth with the certificate. Done.
There's a white paper about Alibaba where they cracked the private key on SSL by exploiting errors in non-EDC RAM to solve for the private key as your parent key. It's crazy.
And that gave them everything.
all right, we got another one back.
What's the difference between the API, the REST API, and the agent? The agent's just typical using the REST API anyway.
I don't forget you over here, and now I'm shutting you up. Ask the question again, Eagle.
I got it. So this is a great question. What's the difference between the REST API and the agent in terms of functional management? When you're able to install what you want on a server with root access, that's already a problem. And that access to your own server should be managed, logged, and recorded in a way that if you're asleep and that's happening, someone else is awake and taking action. So multi-factor everything. Cool. That's easy, right? Everybody's multi-factor to everything. Every connection in your entire organization is multi-factor, right? Right? So if it's not, then, okay, so an agent is going to have to be root install, tested non-prod, tested non-prod staging, then go to prod. And then it's part of a checklist for every test that you have to do thereon. Any interaction, any traffic coming from an agent to the main source, if that's dropped, you got issues. When it was a year, fine. Okay, so a year versus 90 days doesn't matter in terms of renewal if your renewal cycle is on a 30-day basis. So if you give yourself 30 days and your agent's down for 29, you can still rotate out for that last day. Same thing with REST API. But with REST API, you have error handling, you have standardization, you can do customization, you can connect to your ticketing system. And why would you be why would you put yourself on the hook for someone else's code if you can't look at it and manage it and test it and customize it? So REST API gives you the ability to run that code through your standard code management apparatuses. You want to be able to check on that stuff. I think I answered the question. Got another one.
So some of the new SSL security standards allow for an unreversibility to the encryption. Are they responding in measure around that as well in this vector, or is this an across the board?
That's the entire vector for quantum computing, is that it can run what's called Shor's algorithm. And this is why it's scary. The math's already written. The hard part is making the computer. So the math is already there.
The racetrack exists. We just need the car.
Yes. Yes. I use that analogy in a different way about highways being, the protocol is the highway. The certificate is your driver's license or passport, and it comes from an issuer, right? Because why don't you just write your own name on the name tag and walk around a party and everybody calls you Cornelius? That works, right? Drive down the street and you need a driver's license. I think I'm at time. Did I?
You did. Thank you.
Coming for everybody.
May the ciphers be with you.
May the ciphers be with you.
Thank you very much for putting together a 2-slide, 10, 15-minute with a ton of questions and being super informative and making us not feel like trash, but also at the end making us feel like trash. I am paranoid. I don't want to even think about my search right now. I'm going to ignore it and have a drink at the bar. Buy another drink. Tall Trellis, great supporters, SecKC. We got 15 minutes, so we have satellites. Call the NSA, FDA, not the FDA, FAA. Call the three-letter agency for us. Read away here in 15 minutes. Aaron's going to play some music till then. Thank you very much. Bye, dear.
So we're gonna go over maybe why you want to do it, maybe why you don't. Hey, if you don't know what a satellite is, good news, you came to the right place. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. I hope everyone's heard of a satellite, but if not, that's cool. Basics, you know, we're gonna go over what you need to do this. Kind of the hello world stuff. And we're gonna have some cool projects on that. So, first of all, if you're here for the illegal shit, I hate to break it to you, that's not gonna happen. Because no, I'm on video. But hey, we're gonna tell you some cool shit you shouldn't do. All right, so first of all, you know, one of the reasons you might want to be interested in this is the haKCer competition. There's a lot of money up for grabs there, and if you want to know how much, I don't remember. But
50 grand, Moar. Too many zeros?
There's a few zeros, definitely. So qualifications were in April last year. We put the team together, and you know, with hopes that we get our ride to DEFCON paid for. We placed 252nd. Yeah, pretty awesome. Needless to say, nobody paid for us to go to DEFCON on that one. But it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of really hard stuff there too. A lot of the modulation of satellite signals, a lot of RF-based stuff. So it was definitely a challenging thing. But if you place 252nd, that's not going to exclude you from hacking satellites either. So that's the good news. So what are satellites and how do they work? So you've got a lot of options here. You've got everything from Sputnik, space station. What the most common satellite up there right now is going to be something the size of a 4x4 cube, a little smaller than the toaster you have on your counter there. But other stuff that's been put up is, you know, passive satellites where there's no electronics on board.
Do they have magnets?
What?
Do they have magnets?
Nobody knows how they work.
I don't know how that works, man. This is a satellite talk. I don't know anything about magnets. So what's some of the fun stuff you can do that, right? Sounds pretty boring, you know, stuff in space. But you can use that as a free communication relay. And there's legitimate ways and illegitimate ways of doing that. So some of the legitimate ways of getting your own personal communications relay in space is to use ham radio. And in case you're wondering, yes, at B-Sides KC, we will have exams so you can get a ham radio license. That's right. You too can get a ham radio license and have some satellites. For free and legally. That's exciting because, you know, jail's not fun. So definitely. The other ways are to do a little bit of illegitimate route, you know, because I know you guys wouldn't download a satellite. I wouldn't download a satellite either. So there's been a few little famous fire stations. I don't know, anyone here heard of Captain Midnight? Yeah, there you go. So Captain Midnight, he's pretty famous about having the HBO satellite. Because fuck those guys, right? He was bitching about $12.95 a month. That's a pretty good deal to me, but that was a couple years ago. Alright, so where the fuck are these things? As you can see, there's a big range here. In case you don't know, that's Earth. That's where you are.
It's not flat.
And I mean, listen, you take away from this what you want, it could be flat. I don't know. Hold on. Looks pretty flat to me. All right, so what you have is, and what you're going to hear about a lot in satellites is LEO. That's not a dude. That's low Earth orbit. And so that's this blue zone here. We'll zoom in on that. The blue zone there, that's low Earth orbit. That's where most of the satellites are hanging out these days. Things you may have heard of, like the Hubble Space Telescope. The Space Shuttle used to hang out there before it got off-ball. The International Space Station. There's a whole list there. That's where most of the stuff hangs out with. Also, a lot of junk hangs out there. You know, because for some reason we decided to blow up satellites, because that was a good one. All right, after that is the medium Earth orbit zone. That's this green zone that is pretty ambiguous. There's not a lot hanging out there except for this guy. That's GPS. Who's heard of GPS? Well, I'm glad a couple people have, but that's about all that's there. There's a few other satellites there. There's actually one ham radio satellite there, if you'd like to use it. The advantage of that is it covers a bigger area. So if you want to go coast to coast and even further into Europe, you can do that in medium Earth orbit. So that brings us to the edge, right where the red or the green and the red meet. That's geosynchronous. So that's where your DirecTV and any other satellite provider you have bolted to the side of your house. That's where they like to hang out, XM radio, whatnot. And then beyond that's high Earth orbit. That's way out there. So high Earth orbit, this gives you a better scale. See at the far end there, that little white dot?
Yeah.
That's the moon.
Wow.
That's kind of a satellite too, but we didn't put it up there in case you Right.
Oh, you think the moon's real?
So you can see here this lower corner where everyone's hanging out. That little blue zone is pretty much nothing. And then you get way out there, you have this red zone, this high Earth orbit. That's way the fuck out there. And that pretty much extends the moon because people got tired of writing definitions. Alright, so one thing you gotta fight is Doppler. Doppler, that dude's an asshole. He makes things really hard. But if you heard a train or a car horn or any of that stuff go by you, you know how it goes high to low and all that shit, right? Yeah.
How's it go?
Yeah. Alright.
What was that?
You're welcome. That's Doppler. If you haven't heard of Doppler till today, I don't know what fucking life you did on your man. One of the things about Doppler shift is it kind of varies by wavelength, like the impact of it. So you can see here in this fancy chart, lower frequencies, the blue line. It has a little bit of a shift, but not much. Higher frequencies, the Wi-Fi red line, that's a bigger shift. So do not put your Wi-Fi in space. It's kind of a pain in the ass. All right. So you want to get into the satellite thing. Where do you get started? So pretty much your hello world of satellites is weather satellites. These things pump out a shitload of power. They're super easy to receive. And there's like there's a couple other ones that are not the National Weather Service satellites, but you know, fuck those guys, because I didn't want to Google that. So we got these three ones here. It's super easy to receive these, I'm telling you. All you need is a USB dongle, bottom right, and you can hear this giant monstrosity in space. So you need something a little bit more than that. You kind of need to know where they are. So there's these things called two-line elements. They are used to calculate where satellites are in space at any given time. I don't do math because that shit's hard, so I have software programs to help me. You know, if you got Linux, you got gpredict, Macintosh, because I'm old and I say Macintosh. Orbitrons for Windows. My favorite is called SecKC 32. It looks like it came out in 1998 because it did, but goddamn, does that work well? If you got an Android phone, ISS detector, you go ahead and download that. It will give you alerts and get you out of bed if you want to go mess with the satellites.
Later tonight.
If not, you can mute it. And then for your Apple products, if you want something for your iPhone, I don't know, because I forgot to Google that shit. So I'm sure somebody here has got a favorite iPhone program built out for searching satellites.
N2yo.com.
N2yo.com, well that's definitely gonna work, because that works on any platform. Thank you. SatTrack? All right. SatTrack or N2yo.com, that is a good website if you don't want something platform dependent. You can just open any browser on anything with a browser. All right, so what kind of antennas do you need? You don't need fucking Arecibo here, man. It doesn't take much. In fact, this is ideal. You don't have to have that. That's called a quadfilar helix, and that's really hard to say after some work. But all you need is some rabbit ears. And in fact, so what's great is the cheap little USB dongle receiver I showed back a couple slides ago. It will come with these rabbit ears, and that's really all you need to hear these weather satellites. Okay, but why the fuck do I care about weather satellites? That's just boring as shit, right? Maybe. But we'll get to why it's not boring in a second, because I jumped ahead. So, how do I do this? I'm not going to tell you, because there's 800 YouTube videos on how to do this. Google weather satellite reception. I guarantee you'll find a YouTube video and instructable. This one's good. Or what's cool is you can just record the audio coming from these satellites and dump it into a browser. They got this now. That blew my mind. So that was pretty cool. All right. Why do I care about weather satellites? Because they make cool fucking pictures. Right? Who doesn't like pictures of their house from space with like their house being half a pixel? I know I do. But for real, it's pretty cool to bring down your own picture from space. Before the Weather Service gets a chance to publish it, you can publish this to your fucking favorite blog. It's awesome. Alright, so what if I want to do more than just hear a satellite? You got this whole weather satellite thing mastered. It's going well. I want to talk on it. I want to send some communications through a free satellite relay. Guess what? Ham radio. It's here to save the day again. So there are a few different types of ham radio satellites. There are a few different types. One's the telemetry only ones. They just blast down basically what's going on orbit on the satellite. You know, what their voltage is, can they see the sun, how fast are they spinning, you know, super, maybe not so cool stuff unless you're really into satellites like me. Other ones are FM repeaters. So what that means is it's frequency modulated repeater. Basically think the little walkie-talkie you talk to your friends across the parking lot. Well, what if we put one of those in space? So what they've done is basically taken little walkie-talkies and just chucked them into space, and you can now use this to relay what you want to say to your friends across the United States. So that's pretty cool. Those are pretty easy to use. The downside is there's only one kind of frequency or channel to use on the satellite, so you're going to be fighting with a lot of people. Linear transponders. So those are kind of like FM satellites, except for they take a block of frequencies, shift it. So take block frequencies, goes up to space, shifts it in frequency, comes back down. Why is that cool? You and your friends can have a lot of different conversations at once, but there's more. Basically, these are the Ron Burgundies of space. Whatever you put on the teleprompter, it's gonna say. That's gonna come up later on the test. Linear transponders, remember that. The last one's digital repeaters. So let's say you're not into talking to people, like with voice, and like computers, and like, I don't know, like having chats on computers and shit. Well, guess what? There's satellites for you too. Digital repeaters are pretty cool. They even have BBS systems. Yeah, you remember those? I'm sure somebody in here remembers the BBS system. Yeah, a couple of you do. All right. Great. There's a couple of those actually in space. You can leave a message, and somebody else will get it. It's pretty cool. So one of the last things that are super cool about these, you know, you've got anything from something smaller than a toaster, like that picture there on the far, whatever that is, my left or
Far right.
Yeah, thank you.
Top right.
Stage, whatever. That's 4 inches cubed. Oh, there's a question.
Serious question, do they have DLSR up there?
Do what?
Very low propagation. DLSR?
BLS. I
I'll
do.
Google it.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Man, you got me off script. I got all fun. All right. So, I want to know more about that, but later. Okay, so, right, 4-inch cubes, smaller than the toaster. Space station, bigger than a toaster. People live there, apparently, allegedly. And then you have the, what's called 807. That doesn't mean shit to you, I know. This thing is old as fuck. So it is one of the, if not the oldest communication satellite of any communication satellite on orbit. All right, so this thing is fucking history. Some of the great history on this is it was used in the anti-Soviet resistance in Poland. Pretty cool fact. I thought it was cool. Apparently, 3 people on the audience thought that was cool as shit. Cool. Moving on. FM repeater satellite. So I was talking about that a minute ago. So basically, it's technically easy, operationally hard. What the fuck does that mean? So, technically easy. It doesn't take much. It takes a handheld radio. I'm sure you've got one of these. If you don't, go to Amazon. They're like 30 bucks. It's like nothing. And a handheld antenna. Yeah, that's a little more than you're used to. But
It's like a Christmas tree.
it's not a giant fucking dish. But yeah, it's a pretty tiny Christmas. Actually, this is a pretty
How do you use it?
I want to turn this into a Christmas tree. Thank you. All right. So, hang on. Drink break. Fucking Lord, man. Shit. Stuff's terrible. Who's not the other one? All right, so what was I talking about? Oh, satellites, right. It doesn't take much to get into. In fact, here's the thing. This is fancy as shit. All it takes is a tape measure from Harbor Freight and maybe some PVC pipe or some stick you find, whatever. It doesn't take much. In fact, when you get home, Google tape measure ham radio antenna. That's all it takes. Is a tape measure. Okay. Now the downsides to FM satellites, right? This is the operationally hard part. One, you got one channel. You got basically, it's everyone in this room is trying to talk at the same time, except for there's no shut the fuck up wall. And so you gotta take turns. Yeah, shit's hard. Ooh, taking turns sucks. Also has its own language. Good luck with that. No, seriously, we'll go over that in a second. And it's in low Earth orbit footprint, which is pretty nice, but not really nice. Could be better. Nice. All right, so how do I know what satellite is one? All right, so you Google ham radio satellites, there's like fucking 120 of these things. More than half are dead. How do I know which ones are actually working? So you have this nice web page here, iChart, that will tell you what's working. The blue is working. The yellow is telemetry only, so if you're into that, that's awesome. I like to ignore it. The red means dead. Pretty pretty simple. So where do I get this? amsat.org/status. What the fuck is AMSAT? AMSAT is the Amateur Radio Satellite Corporation, and they've done some good things in the past. And Open Research Institute has done some better things in the future, like, I don't know, told ITAR to go fuck themselves. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Because fuck ITAR. If you don't know what ITAR is, just Google it, because we don't have time for that. So the other thing you need to do is look for frequency information. These are mostly links. It'll tell you what frequency to use. So that's nice. And then upcoming passes. Remember that thing with the software to tell you where the satellite is? Yeah, use that. All right, so let's give an example here of what I would do. So if I want to talk using the International Space Station, wait, what the fuck? International Space Station? Yeah, International Space Station is actually a ham radio satellite, along with some unimportant shit. I don't know, there's people in there. All I care about is a ham radio satellite. So if I want to use it, there's what's called a crossband repeater. Basically, it goes from VHF, that's the 1 numbers, to UHF, that's the 4 numbers. So 1 to 4, right? Okay, remember that, that's not important. So it goes, yeah. So what I would do is program this radio, which is actually more expensive than you need. You need a $20 radio. Program some memories on there, put these in there. And what that's going to allow you to do is adjust for Doppler. Remember back when I talked about Doppler, how that guy's an asshole and pain in the ass? Yeah, this takes care of that. So we have frequencies we click through as the satellite's coming over. We have this, what the fuck is this CTCSS thing? So what that is it stands for code, tone, code shit, I don't know. What it means is basically it's an access code. It's a sub-audible frequency that gets transmitted with your voice to access the satellite. Okay, so you need that to get on there. What this lets you do is use the repeater that's sitting on the space station to communicate with your friends that are in Kansas City or the rest of the United States. But here's the cool thing about it. The International Space Station repeater is super easy to use because they have giant solar panels and they have a little bit of extra power. So that's pretty cool. Most satellites, the little cute one that I showed earlier, that's like maybe, I don't know, 100 milliwatts, 200 milliwatts. Pretty much it's on the level of your cell phone, maybe a little less power. Not much. These guys put out a watt or two, you know, still not quite a light bulb, but they're getting there. That's all you really need to go the 250 miles from here to the space station. So, oh shit, I got ahead of myself. Remember the Doppler thing? All right, cool. So you notice how this chart on transmit doesn't change, because it doesn't really change much at the lower frequency. But look at the green line, it changes a little bit more. That's enough that you need to move your radio around, so that's why I had the other part on the chart. All right, so we're going to get to the language part here. All right. So, what do you expect to hear on these satellites, these ham radio satellites? Well, you're going to have to speak a little bit different language. We're not going to sit there and have a conversation. Why is that? Because everybody in the room wants to talk, and there's one channel. So, if you get on there, you get the microphone, you get on, say your piece, and shut the fuck up. So what does that look like in ham radio terms? Well, you're going to have to say your call sign. You've got a call sign, right? Oh. You don't have a call sign yet?
How do you get one?
Well, if besides Kansas City, if you come out, we will have free ham radio tests for you to get your own call sign. And let me tell you, if you don't have a call sign, people don't play nice with you.
How much does it cost?
How much does it cost? Well, it's free to take the test. And the FCC wants their cut, fuck those guys. All right, so moving on to the other part, you gotta tell people where the fuck you are. Apparently they don't understand Kansas City. It's too fucking hard. So we have this really simple system of a chart of letters here. So big grid, letters, 2 letters, right? All right. And then that breaks down to a chart of numbers within the letter. Super not fucking helpful. These are called Maidenhead grid squares, which is something you've never heard of, and honestly, I thought it was called something else till like 2 years ago. I was called Maidenhead grid square. Anyway, this is basically what it is a letter number combination to tell you where you are. So where are we in Kansas City? Well, to make things simpler, depending on where you are, it kind of straddles the line. You're either in EM 28, which is where we are today, or if you go like, I don't know, 3 miles north, you're in EM 29, so good luck sorting that shit out. So, what does this whole thing sound like, right? We're supposed to be quick. We gotta use our call sign and then these random letters and numbers to figure out where the fuck we are. Let me give you an example here. So, I don't have a direct injection in the mic, but I think I got my volume turned up. So if we're all really quiet, we might be able to hear a real live recording. All right, that was an entire conversation. Did you get that? So, we have a guy in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is here. Talking to a guy in Kentucky, which is here. We know exactly where they are because they told us our grid locator, and I was paying attention. So you did hear the one thing I didn't talk about, this QSL thing. That means that's basically ham radio speed for 10-4.
Fuck you, Cubs.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
There may be some people that have opinions. But anyway, the point is, this guy in Albuquerque knew kind of where he was talking to in Kentucky. And this guy in Kentucky knew he was talking to Albuquerque because he said both where the fuck he was and this grid square thing. But that's kind of how the game is played.
What are you talking about?
On FM satellites, that's about fucking it. Right? Because here's the thing, that recording was taken at 4:30 in the morning. Okay. It's normally a little more chaotic than that. In fact, we're gonna do not a fucking live demo because I don't have any ghosts to sacrifice. But we might be outside fucking around with radios at, I don't know, 8:40
p.m.
8:41, thank you.
What's stopping someone from going like full wedding singer mode, singing their call sign and be like, you will listen to everything I have to say.
All right, hold the fuck on. First of all, typically, it's not Q&A time. But to answer your question, nothing.
When is Q&A time?
Q&A time's coming. What time is it? Oh shit, I'm over time. All right, let's go. Sorry, shit. All right, last one. Most of those are in low Earth orbit. You remember low Earth orbit? Yeah, okay, that's the one that's close to the ground. Medium Earth orbit, yeah, we talked about that, but that's kind of no man's land. Okay, geosynchronous, DirecTV and shit, XM radio. All right, so there's one ham radio satellite that does that. It's pretty fucking cool, and I've never used it because it's centered over Africa. Kind of sucks, but you know what? Maybe America isn't the center of the universe. I don't know. But if you want to hear what it's like to have nice shit, that website there is really long. That'll take you there. You can listen to a web receiver and hear what's going on there. So if you want to receive, like, all right, so this whole ham radio thing is fucking great, but I don't want to call sign because reasons. You can do some cool receive-only shit. One is it's this distributed-based ground system for listening to various satellites around the world. And it's pretty cool because if you put up a project in space, you would have a free ground station. Those are expensive, by the way. All right, the other receive-only cool open source project is called TD Ground Station, or TDGS. It is based on Moar modulation. Yeah, there's satellites in space using Moar. It's pretty cool. Check that out. All right, I don't want to build a ground station because it's fucking hard. And it's really not hard, but I'm lazy. That's cool. Amazon and Microsoft will sell you some time on their ground station. You just gotta have some big money. And that's where they're at. They're kind of distributed around the world. Oh, look, Amazon seems to be winning. All right, so Good Radio, it's pretty cool. Lets you do all sorts of shit. Some modules that will help you do some cool satellite reception stuff is Iridium. Iridium is a name of a satellite constellation. It lets you do calls and some messaging and some low data rate stuff. GR Satellites has got some cool stuff. It has mainly amateur radio satellites, but also it has building blocks to let you do some shenanigans. Speaking of shenanigans, let's fuck with military satellites. No, don't do that. That's illegal. But apparently a couple people in Brazil, according to Wired, a couple people, by a couple I mean a lot, don't give a fuck. And so what they do is they use these FleetSat 8 satellites. If you are not big on satellites, that is allegedly a Navy satellite. And every few years, the Navy gets a little butthurt about that and calls up Brazil and says, hey, knock it off. So they go round up people. But until then, these dudes are out talking about soccer. It's pretty cool. What the cool part is, though, is you don't need much to hear these guys going on about that. It's in the 240 to 270 megahertz range. If you got a scanner, check it out. SpaceX telemetry, that's fun. Or was until this dude talked about it. Yeah, so SpaceX telemetry used to be unencrypted. Yeah, what? Yeah, these guys fucked up. And so apparently some people before Root knew about it, but Root was like, hey everybody, check out this Twitter shit I found. And so they posted all this cool shit. Was how I found it, because I didn't know. Anyway, that was cool until, you know, Elon checked out Twitter and said, oh fuck. And he wasn't the only one checking out Twitter. Apparently, the Department of Defense got a little pissed off. So now it's encrypted, but those were fun days. All right, so what can I do if it's encrypted? Why do I want to listen to this shit? There's nothing there, right? No, wrong. Kuto. Please, somebody correct me. Kuto? All right, we're going to go with that. This is a private Japanese moon landing mission that crashed, right? Well, if you were watching this AMSAT DL, AMSAT being the amateur radio satellite, DL being Germany, don't ask me why right now. If you were watching their feed based on, they were feeding this to YouTube, if you're watching this real time, you knew about the same time mission control for this mission, moon mission knew. Their shit crashed, right? It took them a couple of days to come out and say, yeah, we fucked up and crashed our satellite. But you know how there's like these lines here? That's telemetry data that is encrypted. And you notice how it stops? Yeah, that's the same time they're like, yeah, we touched down on the moon. Oh, fuck. Whoops. Okay, Russian military satellites. Like I said, don't fuck with military satellites. It's illegal. Yeah, it's Russian, but I mean, some reasons they're fucking illegal. Okay, so the Meridian satellites, they got these things called linear transponders. Do you remember back when I mentioned linear transponders like an hour ago? And they're called the what? Ron Burgundy in space! You got it. Yes, that's right. Whatever the fuck you put on the uplink, it's going to stay on the downlink. Well, but in military satellites, how do I do this? I mean, how do I not do this? Because that's not legal. Well, somebody figured it out, and they started putting pro-Ukrainian shit on there. That's right.
I stand with Blockbuster.
Fuck Russia. So, remember though, I'm making it very clear, don't do this. It's not legal. Now, why am I making it so clear? You know, it's on military frequencies and shit. I mean, they'd find me in a heartbeat, right? But, hey, you know, it's just make sure you stay clear of these satellites here, specifically with their NORAD number, if you want to go look it up to know which one's not to point an antenna at. Because, oh shit, well, hey, let's look at these numbers. Well, these are, any ham radio guys in here recognize these numbers? What's that say? Oh, fucking uplink? Oh, in the ham radio band? So, because of, you know, international radio law that I'm sure everybody here wants to hear about, basically, there's rules in different parts of the world for different parts of the radio spectrum. So in the United States, it's legal to use these ham radio frequencies for ham radio shit. So there's a lot of ham radio repeater outputs and stuff, and people listening to the downlink frequencies, mostly this dude named Scott Tilley on Twitter, which you should check out that guy, because he's basically written a book in tweets on how to do this. Or I mean, how to avoid this. So he figured out, oh look, I hear these repeaters and stuff and ham radio shit going on, that's cool. And then Russia invaded, and then, you know, the memes started. That's fun. So, anyway, if you're gonna mess around with satellites and ham radio, make sure, whatever the fuck you do, you don't point your antenna at these specific satellites and use these specific frequencies, because we would hate for them to come out here and make sure whatever you do, you avoid that, because it is illegal. Please don't do that. I'm begging you. Also, fuck Putin. Alright, so, go get started. Go fuck up with some shit. That's right. You know, here's a list of links I put on there for you to go after later. The slides I put on my GitHub. And make sure you check this shit out. It's fun. It's awesome. Get your ham radio license, because it's the funnest cult you'll ever join.
How does somebody get their ham radio license? Besides KC.
I think I covered it, but you know what? Maybe I did. Besides KC, October 7th. We're going to have some ham radio license. It's free to take the test.
What village?
In the RF Village, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's RF Village. Come check us out. It's pretty cool. There's lots of shenanigans going on there. Our shenanigans are great because people don't think that RF is accessible. Come to find out it is. And so they didn't secure their ship. Come fuck up some shit with us. We have not a demo because that requires a blood sacrifice. At 8:40 tonight, outside, we're gonna see if we can hear the space station pass over. Supposedly, we'll be able to see it and hear it, and we're gonna use it as our personal communication device here at 8:40 tonight.
Is there a channel in Discord for this?
There's a channel in Discord for this. What, the SecKC Discord? SecKC Discord? No shit. I think there is, and it might be the communication channel, or the comms channel. I'm sorry.
Well, another round of applause. I definitely broke tradition. I'm supposed to do a little shot with him, so here's yours again.
I just want to say, that's just as terrible as the fucking first one.
And we also want to say thank you to Palo Alto. We got some kick-ass swag. I'm very tempted to make a joke. Palo Alto is kind of like firewalls, not only because it's a great system, but also sometimes it's a pain in the ass, like Cadillac is. But what firewall isn't, you know? The best out there. Gotta support Palo, gotta support Tall Trellis. If you're gonna stay around for 840 hacking the space station, not what we're really doing.
Yeah, we're really fucking doing
Oh, we're gonna go with the space station. So do that. But with some drinks. With some drinks. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. Again, if you want to sponsor us, your company might have enough money laying around to give us another good time. That sounded very bad. Send them our way. Send them out around Discord. SecKC.org. Martin people involved. Right? I love it. Thank you so much for the cool faces. Take pizza. 5 years. Hack Space Station. Thank you very much. Good night. And maybe Q&A if he'll have us, if you have questions. You can also just find them. But yeah.
Yeah, if you got questions, I'll be around. I'm hard to find, I know. So come find me. I'm actually approachable. Hey, I didn't say my name's fucking Reed, in case you didn't know. I'm on Discord. I have the really original handle of Reed. So come